At Taco Bell will lead it off. In the top of the batting order, Pat Sheridan and Dave Bergman. Tigers have 5 runs on 9 hits. Milwaukee has 1 run on 3 hits. Young man catching up on the news. See what's happening in nightlife here in Milwaukee. There's a line shot into center field, a base hit for Lavello. He jumps on the first pitch, gets his first hit of the day, and number 10 for the Tigers. So the leadoff man is on, and the batter will be Sheridan, who's had a home run and a single today. And it's batted in 2. Tigers scored 2 on the 2-run homer by Sheridan. They scored 1 run on a wild pitch, and they literally stole 2 runs. Here's a bouncer to first. Out at second base, and the relay is not in time. Tigers stole a run on a double steal, and then Trammell scored all the way from second on a ball that was bobbled at first base. Pat Sheridan, the runner at first, 1 out, and the batter is Bergman.
Well, Pat trying to hit the ball in the hole with the man on first base. It gives you a bigger hole to hit through. But I think a lot of times hitters will swing at pitches where they can't pull the ball in the hole. Ball away from them, they try to pull it there, and consequently hit ground balls.
Well, they had the hit and run on. Sheridan was on his way, and Bergman fouled it away. They're in the 7th inning in Cleveland. It's still 4-0 New York. Andy Hawkins pitching for the Yankees. The 1-strike pitch coming up to Bergman. Here's a line drive into left. This is going to be caught by Felder. Berge just hit it too hard. That ball carried right on to the left fielder.
Second baseman, Blue.
You mentioned with the wind blowing in from left field, the left fielders are playing a little bit closer than they would normally. And this enabled him to make the play. The ball was hit hard by Bergman, but good play by the left fielder.
Second out of the inning, and the batter is Whitaker, who's had 2 singles today and 3 trips. Blue has singled to third base and singled to left field. He's going to be trying to pull something, I would think, with a strong wind blowing toward right field. Seems like it's changed a little bit, Allison. More toward home plate now. Very strong breeze. The 1-strike pitch, and he hits it high in the air to center field. Robin Yount calls for it. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. The Tigers in front, 5-1. Robin Yount will lead it off for Milwaukee in the 6th inning, followed by Rob Deere and then Glenn Bragg. It's a final from Toronto. Nolan Ryan and the Rangers beat the Blue Jays 4-1. Pretty soon, people are going to decide that Texas ball club is for real.
They don't get anybody hurt. I see them as very strong, but any injuries at all, I don't think they're that deep on their bench.
1 strike to Yount, who's had a walk and a single today. He batted in the lone Milwaukee run. He pops it high in the air. This ball is curving toward the seats and will be out of play. For the win. Took care of that one quickly. Bergman had a shot at it when he first went up, but wind sweeping toward the right field side. Strike 2 to Yount. Waiting on the pitch from Paul Gibson. Ooh, he almost hit him. Tigers have out hit the Brewers 10-3, and they lead 5-1. Check swing. He just got the bat up in time. Robin Yount is batting at .305. No home runs and 3 runs batted in. He's waiting on the 1-2 pitch. And a line drive into left that Fred Lynn will pick off. Here's another hard hit ball right at the left fielder. So Robin Yount is out, first out of the inning, and the batter will be Rob Deere. Rob Deere is fouled out and bounced to third base.
He hasn't struck out yet today. He led the league in strikeouts in '87, tied last year. 153 strikeouts last year.
Tied Incaviglia?
Incaviglia, and Incaviglia didn't play the last couple of weeks of the season.
So Rob Deere bats with 1 out and nobody on as Gibson gets ready. Here's the breaking ball high. 1 ball, no strikes. Todd Stottlemyre was the losing pitcher for the Blue Jays today in that 4-1 ball game. Steve Trout is pitching in Chicago for Seattle. He has a 7-2 lead in the 5th inning. Seattle will be in Tiger Stadium tomorrow night and on Tuesday. A brief 2-game series before the Tigers head for the West Coast. And they'll be facing Mark Langston tomorrow night. And he's tough. 3-0 to Rob Deere.
Many feel that Mark Langston will be traded.
Yeah. He's in the last year of his contract.
They're not negotiating a new contract with him right now, which he would like.
He walked him. Rob Deere walks on 4 straight pitches. Something that Paul Gibson didn't want to do with a 4-run lead. The batter is Glenn Bragg.
Your attention, please. Dr. 49M. Report to the Madison Center. Dr. 49M.
Glenn Bragg was the first batter to face Gibson when he came on, and he struck him out. Now he bats with a runner at first, 1 out. Good breaking ball. 1 strike to Bragg.
This fellow was an outstanding minor league player. He's 3 years in the minors, hit well over 300. Had shoulder surgery in the middle of last year.
He's waiting on the 1-strike pitch. He chops it foul. So you see what they like to throw him. Nothing but breaking ball.
It looked like he was looking for a breaking pitch on that one. He had a good swing. Of course, the ball stayed in the middle of the plate. I'd like to get the ball down and into this big guy.
6th inning in Milwaukee. Tigers 5, the Brewers 1. The 2-strike pitch coming up to Bragg. Well, if he'd have gotten that one over, he might have had him. Looked like he was halfway expecting another curveball. He threw a fastball, got it inside. Right down the middle, and he was looking for the curveball. Glenn Bragg was caught looking for the curve, and he took a fastball right down the middle. This will shock you a little bit. We're going to look at it now. See what happens. He said,
Oh, that feels so good. Why didn't it swing it?
yeah. 2nd out of the inning. We'll bring up Gary Sheffield. What you were talking about a moment ago. You've got to guess, look for pitches, but not with 2 strikes.
Oh, absolutely not with 2 strikes. If anything, you got to guess fastball. You have to guess fastball.
Oh, you have to. You cannot throw the curveball by you, but you can the fastball. You can still react to the curve, I'll say that. It's 1 strike to Sheffield. He's had a single today in 2 trips. And here's one hit down the line and left. This ball is fair ball into the corner. Good piece of fielding by Lynn, and he'll hold the runner at third base. A 2-base hit for Sheffield. And Lynn made a good play off the wall and held the runner at third.
Well, if you don't do it in the at the plate, you have to do it in the field. Here's the swing, breaking ball you see there that's in the middle of the plate. And now it's just a matter of whether it stays fair. Watch Fred Lynn play the carom off the wall perfectly. Right to him. Almost gets him at third base. He throws it by Alan Trammell right to the bag, and oops, almost got him.
So it'll be Polidor with runners at second and third, 2 outs. And Gibson needs to get a big out right here. The pitch to Polidor. Breaking ball is low. This fellow has bounced into a double play. He hit a line drive right straight at Bergman his last time up. 1 ball, no strikes. He'll make it 2-0. Nobody throwing in the Tiger bullpen. Ball 2, no strikes to Gus Polidor. The pitch coming up from Gibson. Ball 3. He's got a base open. He sure doesn't want to give in to this guy with runners at second and third. The 3-0 pitch. Surprised he wasn't swinging. You get a 3-0 pitch right down the middle, a chance to drive in 2 big runs, and he takes it.
Well, I guess when you're hitting only 118 and only 1 RBI, you hope that he walks.
He fouls. He fouls. That's great. You hope he gets a walk. Well, if they send you up there hoping you'll get a walk, you should send somebody else up there. Ball 3, strike 2. I would not be surprised he doesn't get a curveball 3-2. Gibson can do about what he wants to right here with first base open. I remember Mr. Mack sent Greek George up to pinch hit with the bases loaded in the 10th inning one time in a tie game, and he says, try to get hit. That shows a lot of confidence.
Oh. What's his first name?
Greek George. The 3-2 pitch, and he fouls it away. You don't remember Greek George, the old catcher?
Way before my time.
Everybody's before your time. You had to have a time somewhere back there. This was before your time, considerably.
This guy from Greece?
Here's one into right field. This may drop in. It will, and it's going to score a couple of runs. So the 118 hitter bounces one over into right field for a single to drive in 2, and it's a 5-3 ball game. A big 2-out base hit by Polidor.
He just loops the ball down the right field line. The wind pushing it away from Chet Lemon. Chet looked like he had thoughts of diving after the ball, and I think he made a wise choice.
A big 2-out hit, and it's a 5-3 ball game. And Sparky says, I can't believe it.
Now we're getting a hurry-up call in the bullpen. Looks like Williams. No, that's Henneman up again.
Well, the walks will come back to haunt you. He walked Rob Deere with 1 out, got the next batter, and then a double by Sheffield and a single by Polidor, getting a couple of runs in. And it's 1 strike to Charlie O'Brien. Paul Gibson is ready. Breaking ball is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Milwaukee's had only 5 hits, but 2 big hits with 2 outs here in the 6th inning, leading to a couple of runs. And here's a line drive steered by Trammell. Fine play by Allen to cut off a base hit. At the end of 6, the Tigers lead it 5-3.
At these prices, it's practically a steal. Maxwell House Coffee.
Here it is. This is our Bud Batter's Box inning, and going for the prize is Fred Ivanoff from Anchorville, Michigan. And if a Tiger hits a home run this inning, well, Fred, you're going to win $100 and a share of the $10,000 bonus at the end of the season. So good luck to you, Fred Ivanoff. And hitting for you, you'll have Alan Trammell, Fred Lynn, and Matt Noakes. Good chance for a home run. Alan Trammell today has had a single in 2 trips. He was hit by a pitch ball his last time up and scored a run. Tigers 5, Milwaukee 3. We're in the 7th inning. Knudsen delivers. It's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dave Rigetti is now pitching for the Yankees. They lead Cleveland 4-0 in the 7th inning. Now it's 5-0. They go to the 8th inning. Outside, ball 2 and strike 1 to Trammell. Knudsen gets ready. And a strike evens the count at 2-2. Don August started.
Nolan Ryan had a 1-hitter again today.
It's his 2nd 1-hitter this year. You believe that guy? We ought to take him out of the game, induct him into the Hall of Fame immediately, and get it over with.
Just a matter of time. Why wait?
Why wait? 42 years old. He's had 2 1-hitters this year. Here's a line drive that'll be caught. Allen hit it hard right at Polidor. So there's 1 out in the 7th, and the batter will be Fred Lynn.
Well, we got to get this guy going at the plate, and I think the Tigers will be off and running. Alan Trammell looked like he's swinging the bat well. That's the 3rd time now he's hit the ball hard today. 4 hits yesterday.
Fred Lynn is 0 for 2. He's had a walk. Bounced to first and bounced to second. And the 1-0 pitch. It's a strike. Fred batting at 170 with no home runs. You wouldn't expect that from this guy. Ball 2 and strike 1. Knudsen came on in the 3rd inning. There's a fly ball. It'll be foul and out of play. Well, the count is even at 2-2 to Fred Lynn. We're in the 7th inning at County Stadium in Milwaukee, where the Tigers have a 5-3 lead over Milwaukee. And the 2-2 pitch to Lynn. Fly ball hit into center. Robin Yount back. Still going back. He'll catch it. Ball well hit into straightaway center field. Right into the wind. It'll be up to Matt Noakes. Matthews had a hit today, an infield single. He's 1 for 3. Bob Malecki. You like him with Baltimore.
Every time I've seen him.
He pitched the shutout today.
Have we gotten more than 3 or 4 hits off of that guy in
No,
one game?
he has pitched extremely well against the Tigers. And he pitched that way today against Minnesota. He shut him out 3-0.
Baltimore's made a complete turnaround. They have a lot of young players that are excited about playing, excited about being in big leagues, and it's working for them right now.
Pitch is low to Matthew. Ball 2, no strikes. 2 outs, nobody on here in the 7th. Tigers lead by 2. And a ground ball to second. Going to be an easy 1, 2, 3 inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Detroit 5, Milwaukee 3. Fred Evanoff from Anchorville, Michigan for entering, and invite you to enter by sending your name, address, and phone number to Bud Batter's Box, Post Office Box 13239, St. Louis, Missouri 63157. And you must be 21 or older to enter the contest. Mike Felder will lead it off. Paul Molitor and Terry Francona will follow here in the 7th inning. Paul Gibson, the pitcher, and delivers a strike. Felder has faced Gibson 1 time, and he struck out. That was in the 5th inning. Strike 2. That is 5 straight strikes he has taken. Well, it's 1-1, they tell us now. He has yet to swing the bat against Gibson. He took 3 straight pitches for strikes his last time up. Now the 1-1 pitch, he swings at a breaking ball. I'll look at 1 and 2. One ball, 2 strikes to the leadoff man here in the 7th. Tigers got 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. For their 5 runs. Here's a ground ball hit slowly to short. Trammell hurries it over to first, and he gets him by a step. No time to delay your throw as Trammell had to hurry it on to first base. Milwaukee scored 1 in the 3rd inning, and they got 2 in the 6th for their 3. A big 2-out single by Polidor got the 2 runs in the 6th inning. Here's Molitor. He's had a single today, 1 for 3. Safe on an error his last time up. Curveball is high. One ball, no strikes. And a fastball low makes it 2-0. Paul Molitor batting at .333. Ball 3. Gibson a little bit unhappy with himself. It was a walk to Rob Deere that opened the gates in the 6th inning for a couple of runs. Here's a strike. Or you can't fall behind this fella and just have to bring it right into him. He's too good a hitter.
Good fastball hitter.
He takes it high. Well, with a 2-run lead, a walk brings the tying run to the plate. That's Terry Francona.
Mike Henneman again throwing in the bullpen. And of course with the left-hander up now, we'll give Paul Gibson one more shot.
Francona is 0 for 3 today. He batted against Gibson 1 time and flied to left field. There's a strike to Terry Francona. Houston has a 4-2 lead over Cincinnati. They're in the 7th inning in Cincinnati. Gibson gets ready. He'll go to first base. Montreal has a 6-2 lead over the Cardinals in the 6th inning in St. Louis. The pitch to Francona, hit down the line and left, but foul. Ooh, that would have been all kinds of trouble.
Francona normally not bothered by left-handers. He doesn't try to pull the ball, so consequently he'll spray it around.
He got the only hit that Nolan Ryan allowed here in Milwaukee earlier in the year. A single to left field. It's strike two as Gibson gets ready. Ooh, he sidearmed him, but got it high. This is a big out for Gibson. He's got to get the left-hander. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chops it slowly toward the mound, and Gibson makes the play. Down to second goes Molitor with 2 outs. The batter will be Robin Yount. And here comes Sparky. You just had to believe he was not going to let Gibson, a left-hander, pitch to the right-hander. He wants Henneman. He was signaling to the bullpen with his first step out of the dugout. We're in the 7th inning. The Tigers have a 2-run lead. The tying run at the plate in Robin Yount, and we'll get a new pitcher. And while there's a break in the action with the Tigers leading 5-3, we're going to pause for these messages.
And it's a new pitcher for the Detroit Tigers, and we'll all watch very closely. If you remember, Mike hurt himself in Minneapolis. He got his foot caught on the pitching rubber, and he pulled a growing muscle, and he's coming back awful quick. It's only been a couple of days, and so it must not have been a very severe injury. That's the leg you can see that he has to push off of, and we will find out rather quickly whether or not that's going to hurt him throughout the course of this game. He has a tough man right there, Robin Yount, who will be facing him. Henneman not off to a very good start, what we are expected of him in these games. He's pitched only 7 in the 3rd innings, allowed 4 hits and 6 runs. Of course, a year ago, we all remember 9-6 with 22 saves for this guy right here who loves to pitch, and he's a good one.
He comes on with a runner at second base, 2 outs. Tigers with a 2-run lead. And facing Robin Yount, who has walked, singled, and hit the ball very hard on a line to Lynn in left field his last time up. New York Mets a winner today. They beat the Cubs. Pittsburgh a winner. They beat Philadelphia. Both those games at home for the Mets and Pittsburgh. Well, it was a walk that put Gibson in a jam in the 6th inning, cost him a couple of runs. It's a walk here that puts Molitor at second with 2 outs, and he's hoping that Henneman can bail him out. The pitch to Yount. It's a ball. Tigers have out-hit the Brewers 10-5. They lead 5-3.
Well, warming up in the bullpen and throwing in the game are 2 different things. And even though you try to extend yourself in the bullpen, there's nothing like being in the game to see if your injuries healed.
1 ball, no strikes. The pitch is outside, ball 2.
And he took a very gingerly step that time. And here comes Bergman in. You stride a little further, you extend yourself a little harder. And it's altogether a different ball game in the game than in the bullpen.
Looks like Guillermo throwing in the bullpen.
Here comes Sparky.
Yeah.
You know, you really have to admire someone who says he's ready to pitch, but you're only hurting yourself, and you're hurting the team if you're really lying to the manager and say that you're ready and you're not.
We'll find out what's going to happen. Sparky has notified the plate umpire that he wants to talk to him. Now he wants a new pitcher. Well, Henneman told us on the pregame show that he could pitch.
He could pitch. He never said he was 100%, but that he could pitch today.
So we're going to get a new pitcher. And while there's a break in the action, we'll pause once again for these messages.
Some of the fans out in left field enjoying themselves. It's not too cold for them as they wait for the new pitcher, Guillermo Hernandez. And Guillermo will get as much time as he needs to warm up. The ruling is that if a pitcher hurts himself on the mound, that the relief pitcher gets as much time as he wants to warm up. He had been throwing a little bit in the bullpen, so it shouldn't take him too much time to warm up. You see the record of Guillermo. Of course, his earned run average happened pretty much all in one game against Minnesota when he gave up a grand slam home run to Castillo. So his last outing was a dandy. I thought was the best stuff I've seen Willie have in a couple of years, particularly his screwball. He threw some great pitches to Gaetti and the Minnesota Twins. So again, Jeff Robinson left the game because of a stiffness in his right elbow, and they took him out of the game because of a cautionary. Don't want anything to happen to him. Paul Gibson came in the fourth inning, really did a good job, and then called on Mike Henneman here in the seventh inning. He allowed just 2 pitches, both were balls, and looked like he was laboring on the mound. So Sparky Anderson very quickly came out and signaled for Guillermo to come in. So we're at a stage now where he will get as much time as he wants to warm up.
We're going to pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network. 30 days that could save your life. You can find out more tomorrow on News 4 at 5, only on Channel 4. Guillermo has indicated to Don Dinkinger that he's just about ready. The situation is this: a runner at second with 2 outs. That's Paul Molitor, the runner at second base. He walked with 1 out, went to second on the bounce out to the mound. The batter will be Robin Yount. Robin Yount will have a ball 2, no strike count. First 2 pitches from Henneman were balls, and as Al Kaline told you, he was laboring on both pitches. And after the second pitch, he was walking very gingerly around the mound, and Sparky raced out there, and he said, no, nothing's going to happen to you right here. Now here's Treblehorn out there.
He's probably saying, well, how come he's getting as much time to warm up? He said he brought him in the game.
It's strange he'd come ask him now. Ought to stopped him before he was through warming up if he wanted to stop him.
Got a situation with Detroit right now where they might have to reach into the Toledo Ball Club. You know, they have some injuries. You don't want to take a chance on Jeff Robinson. Henneman, you know he's not going to come back in a couple of days now. He's going to be at least 4, 5, 6 games possibly. And they got some other injuries. Chris Brown not able to play. They might have to bring some bodies up here.
Well, Treblehorn is satisfied, I guess. He goes back, and we're ready to go. Here's the pitch to Robin Yount. It's a ball. Ball 3, no strikes, and the Tigers are digging a hole for themselves here in the 7th inning. Robin Yount is the potential tying run, and the next batter, Rob Deere, would be the go-ahead run. And a strike to Robin Yount. Ball 3, strike 1. Guillermo trying to bail him out here in the 7th inning. He walked him. A couple of walks here in the 7th. Milwaukee with runners at first and second for Rob Deere, who walked and scored a run in the 6th inning.
And if you like to keep score and do keep score at home, that walk is credited to Mike Henneman.
Very dangerous, Rob Deere.
And he's a much better hitter against left-handers than right-handers. He stays in there. He has that breaking ball coming into him instead of going away. Of course, Guillermo has that great screwball, and if he can get it in a good location, could be effective against Rob Deere.
2 on and 2 outs in the 7th inning. The Tigers lead by 2. There's the screwball for a strike. The thing the Tigers have really going for them against this big guy right now, the wind is blowing very strong from left field into home plate. But he's been known to hit them right through the teeth of the wind. Ooh, good stop. Good stop by Notes. The screwball hit in front of the plate. See the wind, how it's affecting the flag, blowing toward first base, really.
John, if you're a catcher on the Tiger ball club, you have to be prepared to take a beating behind the plate, because all their pitchers, with the exception of one or two, will throw a lot of balls in the dirt. So you better get used to the bruises all over your body.
That was a big stop by Notes. He held the runners at first and second instead of second and third. 1 ball, 1 strike to Deere. And he pops it high in the air. This will blow out a play. Bergman is chasing it, but the wind is blowing in that direction, and no chance to get it. He's got him set up for a strikeout if he can get that good screwball over. You remember in Guillermo's last outing in Minnesota with a 1-run lead, he came on in the 9th inning, struck out 2 batters, including the final batter, Castillo. He's facing a big situation right here. 1 and 2 to Rob Deere. Another good stop. Count goes even at 2 and 2. Rob Deere has 4 home runs on the year. Guillermo taking a little time. This is a big pitch. He doesn't want to go to 3 and 2 if he can help it. That would send the off and running on the 3-2 pitch. So it's ball 2 and strike 2. Ooh, they make it very close at second base. If you're going to pick a runner off, it's got to be somebody like Molitor, who is always on the go. Slow runners never get picked off. They never get far away from the bag.
Well, they're only thinking 1 base at a time.
That's all.
Molitors are thinking about 2 bases or 3.
He got him a fastball, and Rob Deere is out on strike. He doesn't like the call at all, but Dinkinger went up with the right hand, and a big strikeout for Guillermo. At the end of 7, the Tigers 5, Milwaukee 3. Here come the Tigers in the 8th inning. They are holding to a 2-run lead. Chet Lemon will lead it off. Keith Moreland and Torey Lovello will follow. On a cold Sunday afternoon in Milwaukee. That's the kind of day it is right there.
Well, that's the way to keep warm, though, anyhow. Better than sitting up here with you.
I know it. I don't have my blanket, and I wouldn't share it with you anyway. Not like that. Pitches outside to Lemon. Chester today has been safe on an error, flied to right, drew a walk his last time up. He fouls this one away. What a big strikeout by Guillermo. With 2 on, 2 outs, he got Rob Deere. Strikeout to end the 7th inning. Lemon waiting on the 1-1 pitch from Knudsen, who has been very effective since coming on in relief.
He has that easy delivery, a pretty good breaking ball. Been spotting his fastball in and out.
The 1-2 pitch. Ooh, he almost hit him.
Hey, this kid's quite a golfer. Was their best golfer in their high school team.
Ball 2, strike 2. Check swing down to third, and Molitor will throw him out. So Lemon is out, starting the 8th inning, and the batter will be Keith Moreland, who's had a single and a double today in 3 trips. One out, nobody on in the 8th. And a strike to Moreland.
Oh, what a funny game this is. Keith Moreland had a hard time in spring training just getting a base hit. Now he's leading the ball club in hitting.
1 ball, 1 strike. Yankees a winner, 5-0 over Cleveland. They salvaged the final game of the 3-game series. It's ball 2 and strike 1 to Keith Moreland. Ball hit slowly towards second and out at first. Out number 2 in the 8th inning, and it'll bring up Lovello.
Third baseman, Torrey Lovello.
Torrey had a base hit his last time up. He's 1 for 3. Struck out in the 2nd, bounced out in the 4th, singled in the 6th. He has one of only 2 hits allowed by Knudsen since he came on. Here's the breaking ball. 1 strike to Torrey. Two outs, nobody on in the 8th inning, and a pitch low makes it 1-1. Tigers come home right after this game. They'll be flying home. They play tomorrow night at Tiger Stadium against Seattle, a brief 2-game series. And then it's on to the West Coast. Our next telecast will be next Saturday afternoon from Oakland, and then again on Sunday from Oakland. The pitch to Lovello. Did he swing at it? He did. We get the call from the third base umpire, and Lovello is out on strikes. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 5-3 Detroit. Just getting the official attendance, 21,854. 21,854.
That's paid attendance you just gave.
Yeah, in the ballpark, 24,000 plus. Glenn Bragg will lead it off in the 8th inning for Milwaukee, followed by Sheffield and then Polidor. Tigers lead by 2. It's been a rough afternoon for this young man. He's been to the plate 3 times and has struck out 3 times. Guillermo delivers and he fouls it away. Hernandez came on in the 7th inning with 2 runners, well, with a runner at second base and a ball 2 count on Yount. He walked him, finished the walk. Then he struck out Rob Deere to get out of a jam. Here's a ground ball towards third and a good pickup by Lovello. Boy, in between hop, charging it. Glenn Bragg is out. 1 out in the 8th inning.
You can't lay back with someone who can run like Bragg. And tough play for a kid who's been moving all over the place, whose regular spot is second base.
He has yet to play second base. He's been at first most of the year, now at third. Here's Gary Sheffield. He's had a single and a double today. Kid's going to be a good one. He already is a good one. They brought him up at the end of the season last year. He got into the lineup when Swain broke his leg, and looks like he's going to be the regular shortstop. Pitch is low, ball 2.
I think eventually many feel that he will be the third baseman a few years down the road.
Ball 2, no strikes. The pitch coming up from Guillermo, right down the middle. Ball 2, strike 1. Dale Swaim has not recovered yet from the leg that he broke in Tiger Stadium in September last year. Still having problems. There's a ground ball to first base. Bergman races to the bag. And there's 2 outs in the 8th inning. The batter is Polidor. This fella had a big hit in the 6th inning. A 2-out single that drove in 2 runs.
They play him straight away. 2 strikes, you got to move more towards right field because he doesn't have a quick bat and he just tries to protect the plate and not strike out. But normally they play him straight away.
Guillermo trying to get him out 1-2-3 here in the 8th inning. Delivers low to Polidor. Tigers 5, Milwaukee 3 in the 8th inning. Ball 2. Guillermo doesn't want to walk this fella. A walk at this stage of the game brings the tying run to the plate. Ball 2, no strikes. And a strike makes it 2-1. They play him a little bit toward right field. He hits it to shortstop. Long throw by Trammell. And dropped again by Bergman. Unbelievable that Bergman would let those throws get away from him.
Well, it's hard to say something about someone who is considered one of the best fielding first basemen. But again, look how he sits back and catches the ball, whereas he just extends himself just another foot. It's a ball that's caught in the air.
So a runner at first, 2 outs, and the batter is Charlie O'Brien. They charged Trammell with the air on.
I'm going to write down 3.
I have already written down 3, but
doesn't mean a thing, but for my own personal reference.
Dave Bergman would be the first man to tell you that I'm going to catch that ball 99 times out of 100.
You know, what could be giving Bergie a little problems, and I'm not making an excuse for him. He's seeing the ball coming out of the sunshine into the shade coming to him, but still no reason why. You can see the shadow there, but still you have to hit in conditions like that, and certainly you ought to be able to catch the ball in conditions like that.
Fly ball to left. Freddie Lynn backs up a couple of steps, and he'll put it away. We go to the 9th. The Tigers lead it 5-3. Well, let's take a look at the Greater Michigan and Metro Detroit Ford Dealers American League scoreboard. Kansas City beat Boston 10-0 behind Charlie Leibrandt. That's the 13th career shutout for Charlie Leibrandt. Baltimore 3-0 over Minnesota, a final score. The Yankees shut out Cleveland 5-0. Texas beat Toronto 4-1 behind Nolan Ryan, a one-hitter, his second this year for Nolan Ryan. Seattle 10, Chicago 4 at the end of 8 innings, and Oakland 1, California 0 in the 4th inning. We're in the 9th inning in Milwaukee. The Tigers lead it 5-3. Pat Sheridan, the leadoff man, and he takes a strike. Sheridan, Bergman, and Whitaker will be the Tiger batters.
Tigers could use another run here.
Sheridan had a 2-run homer in the 2nd inning that started the scoring. He had a single in the 4th. And the pitch is low. Ball 2 and strike 1. 9th inning in Milwaukee. Knudsen is ready. Check swing, fouls it away. Don August started for Milwaukee. Knudsen came on in the 4th inning, and he's done a fine job. He's allowed only 2 hits. He's retired the last 8 batters in a row. A 2-2 pitch. That'll make it 3-2. He has not allowed a base runner since Lovello singled in the 6th inning. Lovello was forced, but nobody else has been on base. Here's a walk. Sheridan gets a leadoff walk to start the 9th inning.
And Paul Marabello is out throwing right now, anticipating that if Sheridan's on, they'll probably try to move him over and that they'll have a left-hander in the pitch to Whitaker.
We'll see if Bergman's bunting. David's had a hit today. 1 for 4. Hit the ball hard his last time up.
Comes the manager.
It usually means trouble, doesn't it? Trouble for the pitcher. Tom Trebelhorn is thinking, like you were talking a moment ago, he doesn't want to give up another run. And he's buying a little time right now.
Marabello has been up a couple times throughout the course of the game, so he should be ready. You see the bullpen, and he's going to make the change. And,
he wants him.
Marabello been around a long time. Crafty, doesn't throw like he once did. He used to be a guy years ago, threw the ball hard and didn't know where it was going. Now he doesn't throw the ball hard, but he has pretty good control.
On the scoreboard in the National League, Montreal beat St. Louis today. Atlanta beat San Diego. That Atlanta club playing much better. Dodgers in front of the Giants in the 3rd inning, 4-2. Pittsburgh a winner over the Phillies. The Mets beat the Cubs. And Houston has a 4-2 lead over Cincinnati. They're in the 8th inning in Cincinnati.
Number 27, Paul Marabello.
Well, Knudsen, Al did a fine job today.
He was exceptional, and certainly that has to please management here for the Brewers because they have someone that they can possibly rely on throughout the course of the season. And believe me, throughout a long season, you have to use everybody on your staff. And he did pitch a fine ball game, and he kept his team in the game where they have a chance to win.
Long relief is so important. People don't think about that as being so important, but here's a classic example today. Milwaukee has fine closing pitchers. Plesac is about as good as there is in the game today, but you got to have somebody to keep you in the ball game.
Well, usually you won't go to your stopper until the team's ahead. You don't like to bring him in when the team's behind, but you'll bring him in to save a game or win a game.
Bergman with a runner at first, nobody out in the 9th inning.
Marabello could be a better fielder than Knudsen. That might be another reason why he is brought into the game in case Bergman will be trying to sacrifice.
Well, they're going to let him close it out. Nobody throwing in the Milwaukee bullpen. Here's a strike. Berge stepped back from the breaking ball, and he got the call strike. He squared around to bunt.
I think it's the toughest way to bunt when you square around. You're doing something you do maybe 5 or 6 times a year. Why not bunt just from the same position he's in? He's used to seeing the ball come that way.
Marabello gets ready. And the pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's going to have to get a pretty good bunt down because Molitor is right there. He's shaking hands with him, and Francona is coming hard from first base.
He has to bunt the ball to first base.
1 ball, 1 strike. Here's 1 high ball, 2.
Might let him run now. He's going to come in there with a pretty good fastball, I would think, something hard. Bergman might be able to just punch it past Molitor at third base.
If you can make contact, you've got a great chance with everybody charging and out of position, but you got to make contact. Ball 2, strike 1. There goes the runner, and he's going to be safe at second. Stolen base for Sheridan. The pitch was outside. Ball 3 to Bergman.
Number 2 for Pat. Stolen base. Pat's got good speed, but he doesn't always get a good jump. But that time he had a good lead, and Marabello took his time delivering the pitch.
Ball 3, strike 1. See what Bergman does here. He gave no indication he was bunting on the 2-1 pitch. He's going to bunt. And he walked him. Oh, Marabello really didn't throw one close to the plate. Even the one pitch that was called a strike, Berge thought it was a ball. So he hasn't done his job. With the guy trying to bunt, he threw 4 curveballs to Bergman. That'll be up to Whitaker with runners at first and second, nobody out.
And Lou probably will be sacrificing. He doesn't hit left-handers well, and the one thing you have to do here is you have to make the third baseman field the ball. Unless they put the play on where the shortstop runs to third base, but you still have to bunt the ball hard so the third baseman has to field the ball.
Well, we'll see what happens. Here's a bunt, foul. He was trying to get it to the third baseman. Boy, it's a tough play for the pitcher and the third baseman when you have a good bunter at the plate. Can you imagine this play with Nellie Fox up there?
Oh, it has to be a nightmare for a third baseman.
It is. I've been there. I can tell you about it. A 1-strike pitch. It's high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nellie Fox might have been as good a bunter as the game has ever had.
Certainly the best I've ever seen. At any time in the game, he could place the ball down the third base line as good as anybody. This is a tough play, it's a tough situation for a base runner at second base.
1 ball, 1 strike to Whitaker. He bunts on a good one. They may not get anybody. And he throws it away, and in comes one, and on to third goes Bergman. Oh, what a dandy bunt by Whitaker. Mirabella really should never have thrown the ball at all.
Now it's Whitaker. He's standing over there. This is a perfect bunt. This is what we were talking about. Down the third base line, Molitor didn't know whether he should come in or go back, and you see there, Whitaker did beat the ball. It should be a base hit.
In to score comes Sheridan. The Tigers lead it 6-3, and on to third went Bergman when the ball got by Polidor. So the Tigers have them at first and third. Still nobody out. The batter is Trammell.
Also
that
an
is
error.
A single and an error. The single on the bunt by Whitaker. The error allowed Sheridan to score from second base. They're still playing back. A little bit unusual. In the 9th inning, you're down by 3, and they're going to give up another run on a ground ball.
Well, you got the right guy up right now, a left-handed pitcher, Alan Trammell, who hit the ball hard yesterday, 4 hits, hit the ball hard every time at the plate today, official time at the plate.
Takes it low, ball 2. Nobody throwing in the Milwaukee bullpen. They're going to let Mirabella finish it out, I guess. Ball 2, no strikes. Now they're beginning to stir a little bit down there. Still nobody throwing. Trammell waiting on the 2-0 pitch. 3-0. Mirabella thought it was a strike. You could see, as he indicated to Don Dinkinger, was it low? They might let him swing at this. The left-handed batter coming up next.
I think I would.
Ball 3, no strikes. He does, and a ground ball into left field for a base hit. They turned him loose on the 3-0 pitch, and Trammell singles into left. And another big run comes in. Tigers lead it 7-3, and still nobody out. Oh, did you like to hit 3-0 with a left-handed pitcher out there?
Shortstop gives you the big hole because they're going to try to turn a double play, and you know they don't want to walk you. Now, does Sparky Anderson think does he have enough runs? Are you going to let Fred Lynn sacrifice?
We'll find out. They're looking for the bunt. Molitor's in close at third base. Nope. Yep, he squares to bunt and takes a strike. Well, a large number of this crowd of 24,000 beginning to file out here in the 9th inning.
You see the big difference down the left field line and the right field line. Everybody moved from the shade into the sun.
1 strike to Lynn. He squares again and takes it outside. Mirabella is going to have a meeting of the minds in a moment with Don Dinkinger. He thought that was a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Lynn. Whitaker's the runner at second, Trammell at first, nobody out. Ball 2. Boy, he's having trouble getting the ball over the plate. Throwing a lot of breaking balls. Ball 2, strike 1.
Think he'll throw it in there? They might run the base runners?
I don't know. I don't think they'll be running, but we'll see. Here's a fly ball hit deep, way back in right field. It's going to be caught on the warning track. The runners are going to move up. Trammell goes down to second, and Whitaker to third. Boy, Lynn hit it about as well as you can.
Just didn't pull the ball enough. Had he pulled it straight away or a little bit more towards the line, I think the wind might have helped it, but just enough where the wind knocked it down.
Just as good as a bunt as he moves the runners to second and third with 1 out.
And Mike Heath is running in from the bullpen. There he is, old Squirrely.
He's going to bat for Matt Noakes.
Oh, he looks pretty in his orange shin guards, doesn't he? He looks like he's running in the pinch hit for Matt Noakes. He went back to the dugout, and you see how cold it is. Mike having 2 jackets on, and I don't know whether they have heat out in the bullpen or not. I would imagine the home team does, but they don't always take care of the visiting team, so wearing a couple of jackets to keep warm. And you never know what to expect from Mike Heath, whether or not he'll lay one down or swing the bat.
He's going to be batting with runners at second and third and 1 out.
Mike Heath is batting at 375. Of course, he hasn't played in too many games. 3 hits and 8 at bats. Does not have an RBI this season yet.
He's got a chance here. This inning started with a walk to Sheridan. Bergman was trying to bunt. They walked him. Then Whitaker put the bunt down, a perfect bunt. Beat it out for a single. The throw was in the dirt. Wild throw, allowed a run to score. Then the count went to 3-0 on Trammell. He swung away, singled to left field to drive in a run. Fred Lynn flied deep to right. The runners moved up, and here's Mike Heath, and they're going to walk him. They're going to load the bases for Chester Lemon. So Mike Heath makes the long walk, run from the bullpen, gets his bat, and they're going to put him on.
Well, they're playing percentage now, which I guess you have to do. With a right-hander coming up, put a man on first base so you can possibly turn to double play. Chet Lemon, in this situation, usually tries to pull the ball too much and hits a lot of ground balls down to third base. I'm sure the scouts know that, and the opposing teams know that.
So it'll be Lemon with the bases loaded and 1 out. The Tigers have scored 2 here in the ninth. They lead 7-3. They're going to play the infield about halfway in. Now they can go for a double play or they can go to the plate. And a ball hit on the end of the bat. 1 strike to Lemon.
Mirabella wants that ball. And you do exactly what all coaches are told. Don't give it back to him. If you have a favorite, just like a favorite bat, you want to use that bat all the time. A pitcher has to feel that ball. It feels good in his hand. He walked almost all the way in foul territory. He wanted that ball.
1 strike to Chester Lemon. Bases loaded, 1 out. And a pitch outside evens the count at 1-1. Mirabella has had some very close pitches, and they've all gone against him. It would seem, or at least he thinks so, here in the ninth inning. He's ready for the 1-1 pitch. Fly ball foul. This will go out of play. So he's well out in front of Lemon. Whitaker is the runner at third base. Trammell at second base. And Mike Heath. And a pinch hitting role is the runner at first base. And it's a ball and 2 strikes to Lemon. Paul Mirabella. And the pitch. Ground ball, base hit into right. That'll get a couple of runs in. Throw goes to third base and too high. He had a chance to get Heath, and the throw was off line and high. Lemon with a bases loaded base hit, and the Tigers lead it 9-3.
Big hit for Chet Lemon. Even if the ball had gone to the second baseman, they would not have been able to turn the double play. And you almost assure yourself of one run when you hit the ball the opposite way.
That'll bring up Moreland. Keith Moreland, the batter. He's had a single and a double in 4 trips today.
And it might be a pretty good plane ride going home at this stage.
Here's another base hit. That'll get a run in. Lemon heads for third, and he'll make it. Moreland hitting to the opposite field, singles into right. And the Tigers lead it 10-3. Looks like Keith Moreland all the way going to right field with that one. Didn't hit it hard, but he got it right in the gap.
Well, he probably does that as well as anybody in baseball, punching the ball in the hole at first base. He doesn't swing the bat very hard, but he has a knack of hitting that ball, whether it's inside or out over the plate, to right field.
Tigers have scored 5 times here in the 9th, and they lead 10-3. The batter is Lovello. He'll be the 9th batter of the inning. And still only 1 out. 1 strike to Torrey. That 1 out was a long fly ball by Lynn.
Probably the hardest hit ball of this inning.
Could have been. Torrey Lovello waiting on the 1 strike pitch. Strike 2. Tom Treblehorn has handed the ball to Mirabella, and he said, it's yours. Get him out if it takes all night. Nobody throwing in the Milwaukee bullpen. One ball, 2 strikes. Chet Lemon, the runner at third. Keith Moreland at first. And they're back for the double play now. The 1-2 pitch. He fouls it away. Torrey had a single back in the 6th inning. He's 1 for 4. One ball, 2 strikes, and a fly ball into shallow right field. Lemon is tagging up. Deere makes the catch. Here's the throw, and not in time. So a sacrifice fly for Lovello. Lemon. Tigers lead it 11-3.
Notice it's good hitting by Torrey. The wind blowing to right field. He doesn't want to strike out again, hitting the ball on that side of the infield. Most of the time, you're going to get the run in.
Pat Sheridan will bat for the 2nd time in the inning. He started this big 9th inning with a walk. Sheridan has scored 3 times today. Batted in 2 with a 2-run homer. Well, he's had a big afternoon. Good breaking ball. Tigers have just made the 9th inning rather easy for Guillermo. They led only 5-3 when this inning started, now 11-3. Breaking ball outside. I know a lot of umpires on a cold, raw day like this would be going up with that right hand on some close pitches.
The umpire's probably standing on the field is probably saying the same thing.
Yeah. Come on, Don. Go up with the right hand.
They got enough runs. Let's go.
Ball 2 and strike 1. Paul Mirabella getting the sign. And a strike evens the count at 2-2.
But you know, if those umpires were behind the plate, they'd be doing the same thing.
Absolutely.
They don't care who's hitting or who's pitching. They're
Or
going to
what
call
the score is.
That's right. They're going to call what they think is right.
Ball 2, strike 2. Pitch to Sheridan. He fouls it away. We've had a lot of pitching changes today. Gibson relieved for the Tigers when Robinson developed a stiff elbow. Henneman came on, made only 2 pitches. He had to leave. Guillermo came on to get the side out with a big strikeout in the 7th inning with 2 runners aboard. Knudsen relieved August. And now Mirabella relieving here in the 9th inning for Milwaukee. And another foul ball. Tigers just refused to go quietly here in the 9th, even after scoring 6 times. Ball 3, strike 2. Mirabella trying to get the final out here in the 9th. And he walked him. So Sheridan gets 2 walks here in the 9th inning, and Bergman will bat. He's had a walk. Dave Bergman today has had 1 hit. Tigers have 14 base hits. Two on, 2 outs in the 9th. Berge fouls it away. Bergman was attempting to bunt earlier this inning with a runner at first, trying to get Sheridan down to second. And Mirabella walked him. Two on, 2 outs, and the 1 strike pitch coming up. Check swing, foul. Alex Grammer still got the good hands.
Yeah.
Picks it up.
Never lose it, Alex.
Long-time infielder in the National League with Cincinnati and St. Louis, and a good one. Here's the strike 2 pitch. This is foul. Berge was bailing out and almost got a base hit past third base. Mirabella has thrown enough curveballs here in the 9th inning to last a lifetime.
Won't be able to straighten his arm out.
No, he has thrown a lot of them.
At one time, he was a hard thrower, but he couldn't get the ball over the plate. And now he's gone the other way, of course. A lot of pitches, 36 years old.
Still strike 2 to Berge. And a ball. That'll make it 1-2. Moreland is the runner at second. Sheridan at first as Bergman waits on the 1-2 pitch. Fly ball to left. Mike Felder is there. Oh! Wind was taking it away from him, and the little guy had to get on his horse to get it. We go to the bottom of the 9th. The Tigers lead it 11-3. Here come the Brewers in the 9th inning. Tigers lead it by a score of 11-3 with a big 6-run outburst in the top of this inning. Guillermo Hernandez is the Tiger pitcher. He's the 4th pitcher today. Jeff Robinson started. Jeff had to leave at the end of 3 innings. He had a stiffness in his elbow, and they announced from the Tiger dressing room a precautionary measure. Gibson came on. Paul pitched very well. He gave up a 2-out single in the 6th inning that made the game close, 5-3. Then with a runner at second base in the 7th inning, they brought Henneman on to pitch to Robin Yount. Mike Henneman made only 2 pitches, and he was not able to finish. He hurt himself, you remember, in Minneapolis.
There's Mike Heath, pinch hit for Matt Noth, who's intentionally walked, is now in the game behind the plate.
And Mike Felder leads it off here in the ninth inning. Guillermo came on and struck out Rob Deere with 2 runners aboard in the 7th inning. A big strikeout for Guillermo. He had him 1, 2, 3 in the 8th inning. He got the first 2, then an error, put a runner on base, and he got the next batter. And it's 1-1 to Mike Felder. It's a ball 2.
Guillermo has 2 saves this year, the only 2 saves the bullpen has. So he should pick up his 3rd here today.
Ball 2, strike 1 to Felder. And he fouls it away. This little guy was safe on a fielder's choice play in the 3rd inning, struck out in the 5th, and bounced out in the 7th inning. Ball 2 and strike 2. Guillermo ready. We'll make it 3-2. He was going to throw the fastball right by him, and he bounced it up there. Here's the payoff pitch. Fly ball to right. Chester Lemon backs up a step or 2. So Mike Felder is out. 1 out in the 9th inning. And the batter will be Paul Molitor. Paul's had a hit today. 1 for 3 officially, and he's had a walk. Batting at .333. This fellow just a lifetime 300 hitter. He fouls it away. Molitor doesn't waste any time. He leaves the bench swinging. Guillermo ready, and the pitch to Molitor is a strike. He threw a fastball by him. Tigers have 11 runs on 14 hits. They've made 2 errors. Milwaukee 3 runs, 5 hits, and they've made 3 errors. Milwaukee had 4 errors yesterday, 3 today, and this has got to be a little bit disturbing.
Well, particularly when you're not scoring a lot of runs, you have to play good defense if you're going to win games.
Guillermo delivers and foul right over the dugout. Milwaukee has only 5 hits. They are last in hitting in the American League. Tigers passed them yesterday. And here's the pitch to Molitor. Ball hits slowly towards Trammell. So Paul Molitor is out, 2nd out of the inning. And the batter will be Francona, but we're going to get a pinch batter for Francona.
It's like Dave Engel.
It is Dave Engel. Used to play for the Tigers. Dave Engel had a home run for Milwaukee in Detroit, didn't he?
He did.
In the opening series of the year in Detroit.
I think he was the reason why Molitor missed a few games. They had a collision or something in the outfield.
It's a wonder he's not in Denver.
Well, that's what he said. He was afraid to come back opening day here for the Brewers.
Don't run into the franchise. Don't hurt one of the key players. Picks it up, and that should be the ball game. Dave Bergman is there. He'll put it away, and it's all over. Guillermo gets them out 1, 2, 3 in the 9th inning. The final score of the game, the Tigers 11, Milwaukee 3, and we'll be right back. Tiger player of the game is Pat Sheridan. Pat Sheridan was on base 5 times today. He had a 2-run homer, a single, safe on a fielder's choice, walked twice, scored 3 times, and he did just about everything you could ask of him today. So, Pat Sheridan, this bud's for you. Well, the Tigers have just announced that they've signed outfielder Gary Ward. And to make room for him on the roster, they've optioned outfielder Billy Beane to Toledo. Ward was released by the Yankees last week. He was hitting .294, 5 for 17 in 8 games with 1 double and 1 run batted in. And he's expected to join the Tigers tomorrow in time for the game against Seattle. And yet another move, Al, by the Tigers.
Yet another move. Ward had a disappointing year in '88, but he has run off maybe 6 or 7 good years in a row. And Tigers know that they need right-handed hitters. Billy Beane was not getting a chance to play. He's a young man who should be playing their bases. And Sparky Anderson figured that they would be able to use Gary Ward more than Billy Beane at this time.
Well, the big news here today, the Tigers will win a series. The first series of the year, they take 2 out of 3 from the Milwaukee Ball Club. They have shown some signs of breaking out of their hitting slump. The only game they lost in this series, they did not hit well. They lost 2-1.